Hey everybody, it's Vinny. I am back. I'm going live this week because Magic is at Comic-Con and did not want to edit while he was on his mini vacation. So he told me to go live instead for my Saratoga best bets this week. So here we are. Uh Last week did not go fantastic. Went 0 for 4. Did have a couple board hits, but hopefully we'll do better this week. I actually have been doing very well at Saratoga this meet. I had Whisper Not earlier today at 14 to 1 in the ninth, so that definitely helped make the day very good. But yeah, gonna give a couple plays out for this weekend and check back next week. We're gonna start here with Friday. We're gonna go race 4 right to the Curlin, and I am against Blazing Sevens. I don't love that he's in here. He ran very well in the Preakness. I'm gonna try to beat him at a short price. I am using Lost Ark and Scotland here. I'm a big fan of Lost Ark. I was all last year, and unfortunately, things just didn't go right in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile for him. But his comeback race as a 3-year-old was very strong. I liked where it looks like he's definitely progressed from 2 to 3. I think there's more there for Lost Ark. So I'm going to be using him as my top pick in here. He's morning lined at 4 to 1. I think we'll get every bit of that 4 to 1 because of Blazing Sevens being in here. But the other one I'm going to use with him is Scotland for Bill Mott. And he was very impressive last time out. He beat Cagliostro, who was my top pick in the Indiana Derby, who I still think would have won if he got a clean trip in the stretch. But he's also another improving 3-year-old. He's morning lined at 2 to 1. I think these two are going to be your second and third choices behind Blazing Sevens. I'm really not sold on Blazing Sevens being in here. I think he's a horse that should be in either the Jim Dandy or the Haskell if he was as good as advertised. So I'm taking a stab against him. My win bet here though will be on Lost Ark. Now looking at Saturday's card here at Saratoga, race number 2. I really like the number 5 Ice Road, who's morning lined at 4 to 1 here. If doesn't get bet down too much, I'm still gonna play this horse to win. Paddington for Linda Rice and Deputy Connect for Brad Cox are both in there. So as long as neither of them scratch, I think this horse will hold as like the third, fourth choice in this race. Both of those horses are coming in off of big sloppy track efforts. And at the moment, things look to be dry here at Saratoga for Saturday. It could change. It's kind of been all over the place with the forecast for Saturday. But at the moment, the rain has been pushed back to later in the day on Saturday. So hopefully they're still dry for race 2. And this is only applies if the track is fast. Uh, but Ice Road is stretching out to 2 turns, but keeps Irad, which I really do like here. Irad's having a great meet. I don't think anybody expected him not to. Should get a nice pace to stalk today, and like I said, he should be the value at probably going to be around that 4 to 1 price, and I think that's well worth a win bet here uh, with Irad up. And that is the number 5 in race 2 on Saturday. Jumping to race 6 on Saturday, the Caress Stakes, and I really like the outside horse, Wakanana for Bill Mott. Sorry if I butchered that, but this horse is 8 to 1 and has been running against in Italian and other top turf fillies. I know she's cutting back, but she's won at this distance before, and there's plenty of speed in her here for her to close into. I doubt this horse is 8 to 1. I think it would be crazy if this horse is actually 8 to 1, but she hasn't been running bad. She just ran third in the Just the Game, which is a grade 1 last time out. This is a much easier field of horses that she has to run against today. If I get half of it, if I get 4 to 1, I would be thrilled on this horse for Bill Mott. And that's the number 5. Walk and Naka, I believe is how you pronounce it. But I think she looks very good, and she's probably going to be the wise guy horse in this field. But still, as long as she doesn't go off the favorite, I'll be happy with what I get on her to win. Uh, Jump into race 9 on Saturday, the Coaching Club American Oaks, and I'm back on Gambling Girl for a third try here. I've really liked her all year. She's been my top pick in the last 2 races, and she ran massive in the Oaks, and she ran a big race in the Gazelle. Just came up short. 2 turn coming off a bit of a layoff. Pletcher going 2 turns at Saratoga. I like to see it. I think Hoosier Philly and Wet Paint are going to take most of the money here. So I think there's a good chance that Gambling Girl, even though she's morning lined at 5-2, might drift up a little bit here, which I would like to see. I would still take 5-2 on a win bet on her, but I think there's a real possibility here that Gambling Girl goes off at like 4-1 because of those two. I think Brad Cox is going to take a ton of money, and Hoosier Philly is got a massive fan base and everybody loves her. So I don't see why those two wouldn't take money here. So I don't think she's at least going to get bet down off the 5-2 line, but I think she's been good. She's been trending in the right direction for a couple races now, coming in off the layoff. I'm a big fan of Gambling Girl. I'm going to say she's definitely going to be my single in that late sequence as I go deeper in other spots on that Saturday card. And for the last play of the weekend that I'm going to give out, I know it's not at Saratoga, but it's Haskell weekend. And I love Extra Anejo. I think this horse was very hyped last year. Came into this year, had a bad break in the 3-year-old debut, and lost to a horse that went very fast on the front end early, and still gained on that horse late. Then came back at a mile, looked very, very strong at a mile, won easily next time out, and he's bred for longer. I think this is a great spot for him. They were not shy about saying he was going to the Haskell. They announced it a few weeks ago that this is where he was pointing. So, I mean, I think they're very confident in this horse, and we're going to get a price. He's 5-1 on the morning line. I think we're at least going to get every bit of that as long as there's no scratches. Mage is going to take money, who I haven't been a fan of. I really haven't been a fan of. So he's not going to be on my ticket. Arabian Night's going to be your favorite, who I do like, and I'm going to use in my exactas. But also, Tapit Trice is going to take a ton of money because he always does. So you're looking at like this horse is probably going to be the 4th choice in the Haskell, and I think he's just as talented, I think, as some of these others here. Arabian Night easily could be a monster. That's why I'm going to use him in the exacta with Extra Anejo. But at 5-1, I'm playing Extra Anejo to win. I'm going to play the exacta both ways with Arabian Night. And I'm going to hope I'm right that Extra Anejo really just is that good, and he just had a bad start to 2023. So yeah, those are 5 of my plays for this weekend at Saratoga and 1 at Monmouth. Again, if you weren't here when it started, race 4 on Friday, I'm on the number 2 Lost Ark. Race 2 on Saturday, I am on the number 5 Ice Road. Race number 6, I am on the number 5 Wakanaka for Bill Mott. Race 9, I am on the 4 Gambling Girl for Todd Pletcher. And in the Haskell, I am on Extra Anejo. So best of luck if you are playing this weekend, and I will see you next time.